So hi everyone, my name is Seema Alexander. I'm coming to you live again on day 2 from the WeWork, our partner and co-working sponsor in downtown Washington, DC. I'm the founder and chief strategy officer of Disruptive.CEO. It's a strategic advisory firm for visionary founders and companies who are looking to scale and grow. I actually have the privilege and honor of curating the growth track for this year's DC Startup Week. So if you are not familiar with DC Startup Week, it is a ongoing, I think this is our 5th year, 5-day event that happens every September to help grow and scale entrepreneurs in our region. So I actually have the honor and privilege to announce our workshop speaker today, Krall. I'm really excited about this session, especially for you tech entrepreneurs who are looking for growth hacking tips. If you're launching a new mobile app, if you're looking to get more traffic to your site, if you're looking to convert folks from trials to ongoing subscriptions, Aaron is your guy. If you don't know Aaron, he helps SaaS companies get focused, accelerate growth and scale predictably. He's a known entity in the space, and it's our honor to have you here at DC Startup Week. So with that, Aaron, I'm going to let you take over.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. All right. So I'm going to share my screen here. Let me know if you could. I'm kind of needy, so I'd love if you would like post stuff in the chat, like just say stuff, have a conversation during this. I think this is more supposed to be kind of like a workshop. So I'm going to kind of go through this, but I would love for your interaction and questions and stuff. So let me share my screen and then let me know if you can see it. Can everyone see that? All right. Sweet. Okay, real quick, where is everyone from? I'd like to just, if you just pop into the chat where you're based out of right now and the time there. I kind of like to see where everyone's from. Sweet. All right. Miami, DC, a lot of East Coast folks. All right. Awesome. Maryland, Puerto Rico. Welcome, Natalia. Sweet. Maryland, Seattle. Cool. All right. San Jose. Awesome. I'm based out of Salt Lake City, Utah. And I'm just thrilled to be here with you today. I'm going to share with you something that has taken me probably 12 years to fine tune and develop. And it's what I think is the most powerful strategy for scaling, not just your SaaS business, but also for any type of business that you're in. So how many of you actually have or are working in a SaaS company? I'm just curious. But yes or no. Just so I have an idea. I think most of you probably are in SaaS because it says SaaS in the title. If anybody didn't know, if anybody wasn't in SaaS, they probably just go through that and totally ignore this presentation. So that's good. It's going to be really targeted towards you. 100% targeted towards SaaS. So, all right, so let's get started. At the end of this presentation, I'm going to show you how to get all of the slides and some free goodies. So stick around to the end. What I would prefer that you do is not try to write down the slides, the copy on the slides and all that content. What I would love you to do is like write down your ideas that you get from me and any insights that you get and actions that you can take. I'm in the Accelerator. I have a program called the Sas Accelerator where we work with founders to accelerate their growth. And the two main keywords there, focus and action. And so, and this is one of the first workshops that we put people through, is how to identify and find and get more of your dream clients. Okay. So, here's kind of what we're going to talk about today. I want to show you how to identify, contact, and close deals with prospects that are desperate for your SaaS solution. My goal today is I want to help you get lots of new paying users and decrease your CAC fast without depending on paid ads. Now, I have nothing against paid ads. I have nothing against SEO or content. But in my opinion, this is the fastest way to grow your revenue with almost zero CAC, and without doing paid ads or hiring a big agency to do paid ads for you, or spinning your wheels with like just growth hacks that don't work, or that that move the needle up really far and then the next day don't work. So this is a long-term strategy that will work no matter where you're at. If you are at 0 MRR or if you are at 1 million MRR, this strategy will work for you. My goal today is to show you that the only way for you to get lots of new paying users, not only paying users, but your dream customers, without spending tons of money on ads and getting funding, or doing content marketing. If you want to do all those things, that's great. But the way to, if you don't want to do any of those things, or tired of it, or prefer not to, is tapping into other people's audiences. And the only way to do that is through what I call the Dream 100. This is actually something that I got from Chet Holmes in his book. I have a bunch of copies over here. It's called The Ultimate Sales Machine. And I've read, taken a lot of this info from people like Dana Derricks and Russell Brunson and Chet Holmes. And I put all this together, and I've created this strategy that I use for SaaS, which is kind of a mix of all of these different types of strategies. And I'm gonna tell you a little bit how I stumbled onto this, because I absolutely had no clue that I was doing this when I started my first business. So I was living in a little place called Spokane, Washington. This is on the other side of, see, we have someone from Seattle in here who probably knows where Spokane is. It's on the other side of the state. Washington is funny. There's like Seattle is beautiful on the West Coast, and then nothing. And then on the East Coast, or east side of the state, it's just absolutely gorgeous. And so I lived on the east side of the state. This is a little picture of Spokane, Washington. I had just moved there. I didn't have any clients, didn't have any connections at all. Knew absolutely no one. This is the first time in my life where I had moved into a new place where I didn't know a single soul. And so, and I started a company with a friend of mine. And this is me back in the day when I looked cooler. And the big problem was that I was trying to find clients, and I would find a client. I would spend so much time delivering on that client that I didn't have time to prospect. And so that meant that my company's growth was stunted. At this point, I was doing stuff like, I was just like a web guy, do internet marketing and website design, all this stuff. And I was spending so much time delivering that I couldn't grow. And I couldn't do paid ads. At this time, I was doing mostly video and website. And I wasn't doing paid ads. I was doing a little bit of YouTube ads and stuff. But that meant my company was totally stunted, and I had no idea how to grow. I was growing at a snail's pace. And so it was really frustrating. And then if by chance something amazing happened, this is me with my friend Ben Tran. I met Ben when I lived in Spokane, in Coeur d'Alene. And he'd been there for years and years and years. And he had a bunch of clients who already trusted and liked him. Okay. And we got along really well. He actually convinced me to do a bunch of triathlons. I never thought in a million years that I would ever do a triathlon, and he convinced me to do a bunch of them. So he became a really good friend of mine. And at the time, I didn't really realize what was happening, but I offered, he owned an agency that did graphic design, just logos. Pretty much all he did was logos. And at the time, I didn't realize what was happening, but I offered to work for him for free just to show him that I could help, because he was a friend of mine. And so I did some Google stuff for him. I got him ranked on Google. And then when he saw this results, he was just like, he was amazed. And he said, dude, I have all these other clients that I do logos for who need marketing help, and I don't have anyone to refer them to. And so usually I just say, sorry, I don't do that when they ask for marketing help, because that's the next thing that you want, right? After you get a logo design for your company, you want to go out and like show it to the world, right? You want to market your product. And so he started sending me clients, and I'd pay him a percentage of the sale. I think it was like 30% of the monthly ongoing, which might sound like a lot to you, but I didn't have any customer acquisition costs. And the clients that were sent to me were already sold because they trusted Ben. So it was amazing. And so I didn't realize at the time what I was doing, but I thought this is kind of cool. So I started reaching out to other complementary services in my area who didn't compete with me, but who complemented my services. So logo design, I did some video production, but I also reached out to video production agencies, graphic design, social media management. We reached out to all these companies, and pretty much what I said was, hey, can I set up a free lunch with you? I just want to meet you. I'm new in the area, and I might have some clients that I can refer you to. And I might be able to help you provide better results for your clients. So we had lunch. After that, I'd keep in touch with them, asked if there's anyone that they needed who or had in their current customer list who needed marketing help. I continued to do that. And I got like 3 or 4. Now that may not sound like a lot to you, but I got 3 or 4 companies who trusted me enough to send me business on a regular basis. And I didn't do a thing other than pay them a generous amount of commission and continue to deliver really good work. And here's what is so crazy about this. Now, see, you guys are gonna think, dude, Aaron, you were crazy for thinking this. But I thought at the time, I thought this is cheating. Like this is guilt. I felt so guilty because I felt like I wasn't a real business owner or entrepreneur because I wasn't going out knocking on doors, getting one-on-one clients, hustling and grinding. I wasn't doing what everyone else is doing, like cold calling, Facebook ads, retargeting, all this stuff. And I thought this is cheating. And years later, when I was still doing this strategy, when I was married, I told my wife, Natalie, I was like, Natalie, I feel like I'm cheating, man. This is not how an entrepreneur or business person should grow their business, off the backs of other people, but it just came so naturally to me. But I stopped doing it. I said, I'm going to go do it the right way. And when I started doing that, I stopped getting leads, which is crazy. I stopped doing what's working, and I started doing something else because it was the shiny object that I thought I needed to do. I don't know if any of you ever felt like that. And so it was really interesting. Years later, what I discovered was what I was doing was called what I call the dream client catcher now. And what the dream client catcher is you can get access to thousands of your ideal customers by tapping into other people's audiences. Without ads, without paid promotion, without content, without mass cold emailing, without doing big events, without hiring a bunch of salespeople. And that's why I'm so excited to share this with you today, because what I did when I was running my little agency, you can do right now for your SaaS company, and what we're doing for SaaS companies right now. So what does my story of a marketing agency in Spokane have to do with your SaaS? Well, first of all, this works no matter what business you're in. Especially SaaS is a great industry for this to work in because no one is doing this, or if they are doing it, they're not doing it right. I'll show you some examples in a little bit. Second, there are tons of complementary tools out there that you can partner with that already have an audience built of your ideal customers. You can leverage these audiences that people are already building and make them look like the hero. It works great if you have a $1 product or a $100,000 a month product, and all you need is one good partner to send you business on a regular basis. Now you can't have 5, 10 partners, but you don't need 1,000 partners like you would need 1,000 customers, right? It's so much easier to go out and get 10 customers to refer you each 100 new leads than it is to go out and find 1,000 new customers. Churn is lower, CAC is lower. It's just really, really incredible, okay? Okay, let me pause real quick. Is all this making sense to you guys so far? I'm gonna get a drink. You guys with me? Yeah? Sweet. All right, thanks, Natalia. Thanks to Luca Studio. appreciate it. Like I said, I love interaction in the chat, so keep it up. Thanks, guys. So, all right. Not only has this worked for me, and other SaaS companies, it's also worked for a little baby-faced kid from Idaho. Does anyone know who this is? I found like the most obscure picture of him that I could possibly find. But if you know who this is, put it in the chat. You get 1,000 bonus points, DC bonus points that you can redeem at the gift shop. Yes, funnels. Aaron, do you know the guy? Yeah, his name is Russell Brunson, and he's the founder of ClickFunnels. Yep. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about ClickFunnels. If you've never heard of ClickFunnels before, it's a funnel building software. It's like a website building software. It is the fastest growing non-VC funded SaaS in history. Okay, let me let that sink in for a second. The guy has not raised one penny, and he's in hundreds of millions ARR right now. Okay, he grew from 7 million to 100 million in 5 years. That's not too bad, right? Without any funding. And he said about what I'm going to show you today, he said, this is the foundation for our entire business, is the strategy I'm going to show you today. Now, you may not like ClickFunnels. You may not like Russell Brunson or the way that he does what he does with upselling. Natalia, yeah, upselling with ClickFunnels, but there's no denying what he's done is nothing short of a miracle. In fact, he had VC funding VC partners that were begging to invest in ClickFunnels because they saw the amount of growth. And he's like, you know what? I don't want to do that. I don't want to get any outside funding, and he didn't. Okay. So what he's done is nothing short of a miracle. Now, I know what you may be thinking. If you're in SaaS, this is kind of a sleazy strategy, right? Who does this? Or maybe this is for internet marketers. It's not for me to do affiliate programs and, you know, go out and build an affiliate army that promotes products. Whatever is new of the month, they promote to their audience. Like, that's not really a way to grow a business. And you're absolutely right. That's not how you're supposed to do this. And that's the misconception people have. In fact, companies that you know and work with all the time are doing this every day, like big companies. I just picked up a few examples of these partnerships. Spotify exposed all of their customers to Hulu. Now, I don't know the exact details of this partnership, but Hulu really didn't have to do a thing other than provide a free account to Spotify premium users. And I don't know if it was 6 months or a year, or whatever it is. At some point, Hulu users are going to need to pay for Hulu, but they did that leveraging Spotify's audience. And guess what? Spotify doesn't compete with Hulu. They're perfect partners. They're complementary to each other. Forever 21 and Taco Bell. Two other places that I never go to, but they did a partnership that worked out great. Forever 21, Taco Bell let them license their stuff, probably for free. Forever 21 sold all their products, probably designed it for Taco Bell, and they sold, and everybody wins. What about Lady Gaga and Dr. Dre? They partnered for products, and one of the biggest ones, Apple's partnership with Nike. Every time you buy an Apple Watch, you have, or for a specific Apple Watch Plus, they include like a Nike feature on there with the logo. Nike's logo is on every single one of these Apple Watches on that specific face, and serial commands for Nike. Isn't this like genius? Like, you go to another really great example is any airplane. I know we haven't done airplanes in a while, but you go on an airplane and there's magazines in there. There's there's a magazine showing all of these great places that you can go visit, and advertising with other companies. Like, it just makes perfect sense because those audiences, all it does is enhance their experience. Okay. All right. So now you're probably asking, well, this is great, Aaron. This is all wonderful. Nike can do this, and Apple can do this, or Russell Brunson can do this because he's like an internet marketing genius. But how do I do this? So I'm going to show you today 3 main things. I'm going to show you, 1, how to identify your dream customers so you only work with customers you love. And I think this is really important because you can get 1,000 customers, or 100 or 10 customers, but if you don't love working with them, you're going to be miserable. Has anyone experienced that? Working with customers that are not a fit for them and they pay you good money, but you just don't like working with them? Guess what? I work with companies that are in millions ARR who don't know who their ideal customers are and have the base of their customers are people they don't really want to serve or don't really want to work with. And it's incredible. And they're desperate to like find a way out. So first of all, I'm going to show you how to identify customers that you love working with. Then I'm going to show you how to find an endless amount of partners who would be glad to promote your service to their audience. And then I'm going to show you how to create a first date offer that will, one, build a relationship with your partner, and two, that your partner can promote for you. Okay, does that sound good? Guys, everybody still with me? Put a yuppers in the comment if you're all still here. Okay. All right, number one. Thanks, Will. Thanks, Anish. Thanks, Victor. Thanks, Craig. Awesome. Tim, Kirby, you guys are awesome. Some of you actually typed yuppers. Wow. Thank you. All right, number one, how to identify your dream customers so you only work with customers that you love. Ooh, man. All right, so I'm going to introduce you something called the DCP equation. This is the simplest, easiest way to identify your, what I call your dream customer profile. Now, let me say something real quick on this. All of you, I'm sure, have heard the phrase, figure out your ideal customer, pick a market segment, choose your avatar, right? How many of you have heard advice like that? Pick your market, choose your avatar, create a one-page avatar profile, right? Some of you have probably gone through this. Some of you maybe have never done this before, but have heard it. So no one's heard of this before? Oh yeah, okay. Toluca, you've heard of this. Okay, yeah. You know what? Me personally, I've never liked how any of these have been explained to me. And I have, avatars for me are one of those things that you do in college and then never come back to again. It's never helped me. And the reason is because I was missing this equation. And I'm gonna show this to you right now. Just for a second, think about how great your life would be if you only worked with your dream customers, people that you loved working with. Some of you are probably asking, what makes a dream customer, right? I'm gonna explain to you what that is in a second. But a dream customer essentially is someone that you love serving, that you can deliver results for, that pays you handsomely for what you do, and gets a lot of value, and their life is changed because of your product or service. Okay, if any of you have been frustrated about who your target is, how to identify your target market, what to look for, this is going to solve that for you today. Okay, so the first step in the equation is, who do you want to attract? Who do you want to attract into your life? Okay, and here's the secret. One of the secrets. I'm going to introduce a lot of secrets to you today. Some stuff that, even if you walk away with just one of these secrets implemented in your life, I guarantee you your life's going to be changed. I don't say that lightly, because these things have changed my life and my clients' lives. But who do you want to attract in your life? It's okay to be picky. It's okay to say, I want to attract people that are friendly, that like working with me, right? Or that understand what my product does, or that need my product in their life. Okay, I'm going to show you an example of what this looks like in a second, but it's okay to be picky. Who do you want to attract? Me personally, I love attracting younger dads into, I'm a dad, I have a 3-year-old son. I love attracting people into my life that are in the same kind of space that I'm at, where they want to grow a really successful business, but they don't want to like grind all day long and like work from 6 to 12 at night every single day. Like I enjoy spending time with my family. And so I like working with people that frankly enjoy spending time with their family, right? I also enjoy people that are forgiving, because I make mistakes all the time. I've worked with clients when I made a mistake and they say, this is not acceptable, you're fired. Like, I don't want to work with people like that. You might want to, that's okay. That's all right. But who do you want to attract into your life? Sweet, Jonathan, yeah, 5-year-old boy. What's his name? My son's name is Arlo. Who do you want to attract, right? Okay. And the second thing is, who can you get results for? Who can you get results for? So I might want to attract Warren Buffett as my customer, right? Because he has $1 trillion. But if I can't get him results, he's not going to be a dream customer for me. It's going to be really frustrating, right? So who do I want to attract, and who can I get results for? So an example would be, I want to attract dads, right? I want to attract dads with younger kids who want to spend time with their family, but who want the time that they do spend on work, they want to spend it focused, completely focused, and know exactly what to do next. They don't want to be spinning their wheels, okay? That's a great client for me. Who can I get results for? Well, I can get most results for you if you're at 20K MRR or higher. That's a good sign to me that you have busted your butt, that you have a product that people want, and that you're not just selling within your family circle. If you've got less than 20K, I can still help. But if you're at like 500 MRR or 200 or 5,000 MRR, you're still in that zone where you're just like trying to figure things out. Now, I'd rather work with someone who's figured out how to get to 20K, who's proven their product, and who can get results. The second thing is, I love working with people who have good products. Isn't that crazy? I like working with people who have products that are not good, or that don't solve a good problem, or that are just mediocre. Okay, and then you add those two together, and what do you subtract? Who do you want to repel? Who do you want to repel? Now, this is the one where people get hung up on. Who do you want to push away from your life? For me personally, I want to push away anyone who's that grinding, like 24/7 working nonstop people. I want to repel people that are perfectionists, because the way that I work with my clients is we work on things and we test things and we fail quickly to figure out what works and what doesn't work, and we power through it. So I have a list of things that I want to repel, and what do you end up with? Your dream customer profile. You guys want to see like an example of this in action? Like what this looks like, some characteristics of people you want to attract, you want to get results for, you want to repel. I'm spending a lot of time on this right now because everybody that I talk to struggles with this. This is one of the big, if I were to end the presentation right here and say, thanks for coming to my presentation, you guys would probably be happy, right? Because this is such a huge thing. So I'm not going to stop here unless we run out of time. But I'm going to show you now an example of how this works, okay? So here's what you do. You take a piece of paper, you draw 3 lines. Who do you want to attract? Who can you get results for? And who do you want to repel? So for me, I'm going to take an example, just a random example, okay? Who do I want to attract? Established marketing agencies. That means marketing agencies that have clients. They have more than 4 employees because they have revenue coming in. If you have only 1 employee, you might be struggling. But if you have 4 employees, chances are that you're doing a little bit better, right? You have people that can implement. They understand the value of conversion tracking. Okay, so those are the things that I want to attract. And now I can make a list as far as I want or as small as I want, but and be picky here, right? And one thing that I would say is, who do I want to attract? I want to attract European companies, because what I've learned in my personally is that if I work with European companies that are non-English speaking, man, I can come in and I can do amazing things for them, because they're really struggling on like how to communicate their product to an American or English speaking market, and I can do that like the back of my hand, right? So who do you want to attract? Who can you get results for? Well, if you're a market agency who's familiar with funnels and running Facebook ads with 20 or more clients, boom, I can absolutely get results for you. There is a 99% chance that if you fit these two things, if you're, who do I want to attract and who can I get results for, that I can get a result for you. Now, think about that for a second. You've just identified somebody that you can guarantee, almost guarantee a result for. How would your marketing and outreach change if you knew that every person that you reached out to that fit this criteria, you could deliver results for? Would you stop after the first email? Would you be like, okay, well, they never responded, so I guess I'm just gonna move on? No, right? Like you're gonna follow up and follow up and follow up until they say yes or no, because you are confident in your service and you know what you can provide. Okay. Okay, and who do I want to repel? Ooh, I don't want to work with brand new marketing agencies because these guys are just figuring things out and they have low budgets, whatever, right? I don't want to attract freelancers because they're not like, they don't have reoccurring clients, possibly, or they're not in the business mindset. And I don't want to do it if you're new to marketing or if you're one of like a fake guru. If you're one of those people that, you know, promote yourself as this expert in something, but you really have no experience. Now, you might be saying, okay, well, how do you know, right, if someone's a fake guru? You know, that's a good question. You may not know, but you can say things in your marketing like, hey, if you're a guru who thinks they know what they're doing, but they're not, we're not a good fit for you. We're only a good fit for you if you know what you're doing or you deliver results for your clients. Okay, does that make sense? Just good stuff, guys. I hope you enjoy this because this is the foundation for everything. Okay. All right, some common questions that you're probably asking. I can't afford to turn people away, right? I'm just starting. For those of you who are just starting, this is probably the question you're asking. I can't afford to turn people away. Well, you haven't been doing that so far, and how's that working out for you? You've just been taking everybody on that you can take. When you're clear on who you want to work with and what you can do for them, the results you can get them, it's like sharpening both sides of the blade. And most people only sharpen one side of their blade, which is, who do I want to attract? And they wonder why the sword won't cut. And so you might be in a position where you're just taking on clients because you don't know who your ideal customer is or your dream customer, and you're not even sure who you can deliver results for. If that's the case, take on whoever you want. But at some point, you're going to come to the point where you need to make a decision, okay? I don't want to change my whole marketing message to appeal to just these people because I'm going to lose the clients I already have. You don't. When you do outbound, you can position the product however you want. Nathan Barry did this with ConvertKit. ConvertKit, he was trying to figure out who his marketing was supposed to be going towards, or who can help. He figured out bloggers were using the tool. He created an outbound campaign, left his website the same, created an outbound campaign and said, hey, we are the tool for bloggers. And he just saw a huge increase in signups because he's solving a market he didn't, he found, okay? Why would I want to repel anyone? Because bad fit clients drain your energy, resources, and money. Repelling them brings in more of your ideal clients and keeps the bad ones away so you can focus on helping serve the clients that you can serve the most, okay? And the first one is, I don't know what makes my customers ideal. Think about it. Who have you really loved working with? Who have you really delivered results for? And start to build a rough dream customer profile, okay? All right, okay, sweet. Man, this gets me so excited because this is such good stuff, I think. All right, number 2. Now that you know who your dream customer is, I'm going to show you how to find an endless amount of partners who will beg you to promote their service to their audience. Okay. So the number one reason someone is going to promote you to their audience, the number one reason, can anyone guess what the number one reason is? I haven't done this before, but I'm just going to see. Can anyone guess what is the number one reason someone would promote your service to their audience? Your awesomeness. Yeah. These are great answers. Somebody nailed it. Yes, when it helps them too. when it enhances what they're currently selling. And because they like you, yeah. Look at all this stuff on the screen here. iPhone is what, $1,000, $700? What, the new SE? Oh, Apple's got a they've got an event going on right now, too. So they come up with this new thing, right? All of these product things that you see around them, they don't compete with the iPhone. They enhance the experience of your iPhone. Okay, this is Matt. What you understand this? Because a lot of these products you can find, guess where? On the Apple website, because Apple didn't make these products, but they promote. Think about the App Store. Oh man, Apple, it's genius what they've been able to do. They created a marketplace where people can build tools to improve their experience on the iPhone, and Apple takes a cut of each sale. And they don't have to develop anything. In fact, most of the apps on my iPhone, I have the default ones I have in a folder, like hidden somewhere. I use all third-party apps because they're so much better than the ones included on the iPhone. But that's the number one, because it enhances what they're currently selling and makes their customers have more success. The number two is money. But what we always go after partners, we think money's what they want. They want the money. They want the referral commission. We'll give you 50%, 20% commission. And it turns partners off. Because even if they want money as their number one, the right partners, they want to be perceived as the type of person that really wants to deliver value to their client, their customers. Does that make sense? They may say that they want money, or they may say or think that they want money first, but really they want to enhance their customers' experience. And if they don't, they're the wrong partner for you. If you can position your product to make them look better and help their customers have more success with their product, they're going to beg you to promote their audience, promote you to their audience. I have a little video that I want to show you. I know you can't hear it. This is a race. This girl like sprained her ankle. She can barely walk. Someone from the other team is helping her cross, sacrificing her position. This like makes me tear up. They drag her across the finish line, putting her needs first. That's what you need to do with your partners when you approach a partner. Okay, that's what you need to do. That's how you approach that. And guess what, Kevin? They are going to love you after you do that. If you can provide me with a product that helps my customers have more success with my product, there's no question I'm going to do it. Okay. And then I say, oh, and by the way, we can throw in a 50% commission for everybody that converts if they decide to purchase. 50%. You're probably like, what? 50%? That's crazy. Well, guess what? I would rather have 50% of 100 new customers than 100% of 20 new customers. Now, I did not do the math on that, so hopefully, hopefully 50% of 100 is more than 100% of 20. But you get my point, right? Like that's the secret to finding really good partners and to positioning yourself. Okay, so how do you find partners? Oh man, where do you find them? There's so many places to find these people. What other keywords are your customers using to scratch the same itch? Because somebody put in the chat, what is the problem that you solve? Or what is the service? I'm just going to pick one at random and I'm going to use that as an example. The first one up. Okay. Aaron, startup growth consulting. Aaron, is that a SaaS or is that just like a, yes, sir. All right. I'm going to pick a SaaS. I hope you don't mind, Aaron. I'm going to pick a SaaS because it's just easier. Rashawn, virtual assistant. Okay, that's better, right? Because if I'm looking for a virtual assistant, what other keywords am I going to be looking for to scratch the same itch that a virtual assistant scratches, which is freeing up time or outsourcing, right? What other keywords am I going to be looking for to solve the problem that a virtual assistant solves? And the second question is, what other services would they be using, your customer, before or currently to help them have success? Virtual assistant, for example. You're going to need a project management tool. Ding, ding, ding. Right? Project management tool or time tracking. Right? You see this? If you approached a time tracking company or a project management tool, maybe there's a project management tool that focuses specifically on virtual assistants. Oh man, are the alarm bells ringing? This is so cool because you can approach that company and say, hey, you do time tracking. A lot of your customers probably looking for good virtual assistants. We have a service that does that. We'd like to give all of your customers a month free of virtual assistants, or 14 days free, or a free trial, whatever, or we'll do one project or 2 or 3 projects for you. And if they love the service, great. You get 50% of anybody that signs up. And if they don't, great. They still get stuff done. They still get 2 or 3 free projects. And what does that cost you really? How much do you spend on Facebook ads a month? $5,000, $10,000 a month, right? If you spent $5,000 or $10,000 on free virtual assistant services for 1,000 new customers, right? And you got half of them or 20% of them, it's not too bad. Not a bad return on investment, okay? All right, so here are the nitty gritty questions that you're gonna ask. I need a blank to help me accomplish my goal, whatever your goal is. So I need a virtual assistant to help me free up my time. I also need a time tracking tool. I need a time management. I need whatever else you could think of to help them accomplish their goal. The community that would help me accomplish my goal would be virtual assistant communities, outsourcing communities. Guess what? All those communities are people that need help with virtual assistants, and you can come in and solve that problem for them. Markets I can serve include listing markets, my ideal customers. I'm not going to go through each one of these questions because I actually built out a partner finder for you, which will walk you through this whole process. And you can download it at the end. But it's how to go through this whole process. You fill out the partner keyword blueprint, and then you spin the keywords, and you end up with a list of hundreds of keywords that you can use to go find your ideal partners. Okay. You guys want a copy of this? Because that's helpful. It's in Notion. If you don't have Notion, that's great. You can create a free account. You can take it. You can put it in whatever system you want. Okay. Okay. All right. You ready for a secret? Another secret? I promised you guys some secrets. This is my son Arlo. At the time, he was 2.5, and my in-laws bought him a pedal bike. Okay, and he loved that pedal bike. And when he started, he fell a lot, and he cried a lot. He banged up his knees, arms, side, hands, scratches all over. But he always got back up. He was relentless about riding that bike because he knew he could do it, because he'd seen me do it, right? I remember he fell so bad one time he could barely even breathe. He failed so bad. But 2 minutes later, he got up, picked up his bike, with tears in his eyes, and he started riding again. This is an example of what I call relentless, pig-headed follow-up. Okay, this is it, guys. This is the secret. Don't stop. If you are reaching out to someone who you know you can help, this is the key. If you want to like, ruin your reputation, Do this with people that you know you can't help. But don't stop until you hear a yes or a no. And that's pig-headed, relentless follow-up. You have to have that mindset when you're doing partner reach out, because partners are busy. They are lazy. So, and don't just use email. For some reason, everybody thinks that email is like the golden ticket. Dude, email is one way to get a hold of your ideal prospects and partners. When we do an outbound campaign for partners, we use their LinkedIn, Instagram, direct mail. We try to find their phone number. Now, we don't spam them. So typically what we do is we'll send them a package. I have all these packages here that I send out with like little gifts and stuff with info about me. And then when we call them, we say, hey, did you get my package? Did you get the package we sent? So you're not calling and saying, hey, do you want to talk to me? And I don't, so I'm not going to go into that today, but the whole package thing. But anyways, just remember, relentless follow-up. Don't stop. Not getting an answer is not a no. It just means they're busy. I cannot tell you how many times I've done this with clients, and one of their prospects will say, oh man, thanks for reaching out. I've just been so busy. Let's sign up. I'm ready to sign up right now. And if they hadn't have sent just a simple email or a text or whatever, they wouldn't have got that. Okay? Pig-headed, relentless follow-up. If you're looking for a tattoo idea, right here. Perfect. All right. Now you understand who your dream customer is. You know how to find partners. Now, how do you develop a relationship with that partner? Okay, that's the next question. How many of you are asking that question right now? All right, well, now that we know all this, how are we going to develop a relationship with the partner? How do we get their attention? Okay. And I call this the first date offer. Because when you get in a relationship, you don't jump right into marriage. But so many of us, when we're doing partnerships or client outreach or whatever, we jump right to marriage. Let's do a partnership. Let's partner. Let's sell our stuff to your audience. And you know what? There's no ideal partner is going to say, sure, let's do it. And then just promote your stuff without knowing who you are or what it is that you provide. So don't sell the partnership yet. Tell them what's coming, but sell the first date. Get the first date. What is the first date? Guess it's the thing that sells the second date. What is the second date? It sells the third date. The third date sells the weekend trip. And the weekend trip sells going steady. You guys still use that term? I don't know. I'm way out of the dating scene. Or hanging out, right? See how that works? You get them on a first date, something that's easy, a coffee shop. Meet me for, when I was doing dating, we'd read all these things on dating, and a really good first date idea is, I'll meet you at this coffee shop. You drive your car, I'll drive my car, and let's just chat. Okay, that's like the lowest risk first date you could possibly imagine, right? Because I can leave whenever I want. She can leave whenever she wants. You could say, oh, I gotta go. It's been great chatting with you. Like it's so low risk, right? So here is an example of a bad first date idea. I run a Facebook group called SaaS Growth Hacks. It's 20,000 SaaS founders in it. I hear this all the time. This is not coming from me. It is the most valuable group of SaaS founders in the world. And they're sharing things all the time. I get asked about stuff all the time: partnerships, deals, promotions, all this stuff. I don't know who this guy is. He reached out to me and he said this. First, your came into mind. I know you're busy. Any case, you're open for any partnership. I'm building a feedback tool. I will invest in tech. I'm open to a 50-50 partnership. Our company's registered in the US. If you have any other product in mind, we can work it out. Okay. First thing I thought was, one, who are you? Number two is, I don't know the product. Number three, I don't know who you are, again. Number four, what? I'm not going to start a partnership with you without like starting something small. Now he may have in his head, yeah, well, we're not going to do a partnership right away, but he's starting at the marriage. It's like me going up to a girl and say, hey, I want to get married with you. I want to get married. We're going to get married at some point. Don't worry. I'll take care of all the wedding and everything. You just need to show up. But first, let's talk about the details. How's this going to work? Right. So I rewrote his intro, and you can use this intro to approach any partner that you want. Ready? You need to customize this for yourself. And the more personalized it is, the more customized it is for your partner, the better. So I wrote this from him coming to me. I do this all the time. I'm like, what would he have said to me that would have made me say, cool, let's chat. Hey, Aaron, I love what you've been doing, what you've been able to accomplish with SGH. Hands down, it's the best community I'm in right now. Okay, so I stroked my own ego because I'm writing to myself because I can do that. But you want to talk up the person that you're talking to, right? I love your book, love your tool, been using your tool for a while, or whatever. I just bought a license to your tool and it's great. I love what you're doing. I'm building a tool called blank that I think will deliver immense value to your audience. Not only that, it'll have them have more success with your accelerator program. So the guy already knows my accelerator program. He knows that's really what I want, is I want more clients in the accelerator. I want to help more founders. I'd like to give you the tool for free. You'll get VIP onboarding. If you love the tool, I'd like to give it to your audience for free for 90 days as a gift from you. You guys see this, how this is totally repositioned from be my partner to let me give you a tool that will help your audience have more success. And if you love it, first of all, I want to give it to you for free forever, no strings attached. And if you love it, I want to give it to your audience for free for 90 days as a gift from you. You guys see how this is now positioned as like, it's an irresistible offer at this point, as long as it's relevant to my audience. You guys see that? Now I actually adjusted this and put it into a Notion doc that I'm gonna share with you at the end. I added some more stuff to this to make it a little bit better. But what is the first date offer for your partner then? Well, it's let me get your free account. Show up on the demo. I will set up your account for you. I'll move everything over. I'll make sure so you have no question that you have success with our product and a free account. And if you love it, great. If not, that's okay too. It's yours to keep. Just give, without expecting anything in return. But let them know, like, hey, if you'd like the tool, maybe it's something your audience would be open to. Okay, so that is usually the first date offer for your partner. Hey, I'd like to give you my tool for free if you love it. And sometimes you might even need to do more than that. Some partners are really busy. So you might say, I know you're really busy, so we'll set up the account for you. You just need to hop on a call so I can walk you through the details. Okay. Now you have to pick your first date offer for the audience. So once your partner says, hey, I love your tool, awesome. Here are all the different things that you can do with your partner to expose yourself to their audience. You can do a mini training, you can do an extended trial with a bonus, a giveaway, you can write an article for their blog. You can interview them for your show or on your Facebook page or for your audience. You can give them like a lifetime plan on your lowest plan. You can do an extended trial. You can give them a checklist, tutorial, or they can interview you on their show. Like, hey, I'd like to give your audience a free interview on how they can have more success with your product. Okay. Okay, I'm going to stop briefly. Any questions so far on this? Because I know you probably have some questions. As soon as we answer the questions, I'll go into the quick win section of this. I'll show you how you can do this today without going out and searching for a bunch of people, sending out packages or whatever. I'll show you how to do that. Get a quick win. All right, great. Let's answer these. Any tools to track referral fees for partnerships? Yep, First Promoter for SaaS. Type in First Promoter. That is the tool I recommend everyone use for SaaS commissions. Tracks pixels and cookies, and you can set up commissions and everything. Is this for one-on-one intros versus landing page? Yeah, you can do both. I'm thinking at scale here. So you probably wouldn't want your, as a partner, I'm not going to refer business to you one-on-one. I'm just going to send out a landing page that says, hey, if you'd like, they're offering this for free, you can sign up here and get it for free. Great question, Craig. Victor, how do you think about commission rates? I want to give them enough commission so that if they're promoting someone else, they want to promote me, number one. And number two, I want to make them wealthy, or at least make it worth their time. So I do 50%. I do 50%, not for every affiliate, for the ones that I want to work with. These are the ones that I've hunted after, like my dream 100 partners. I will give you 50%. If you're, I would do everything else on a case-by-case basis. How do you determine when it's worth to agree to commission? I just talk to them about it. You say, hey, does 50% sound okay? You're going to get 50% in perpetuity. You can say, if it's a much higher end product, you could say, we'll give you a 50% commission for the first month, or 20% commission off the yearly deal, right? So it might be a couple $1,000s or whatever. Yeah, you want to make it worth their time. Cool, great questions. All right, you ready to jump into the quick win? Quick win. Show you how each one of you can take advantage of this right now today. All right, quick win bonus. You all stay to the end, you get the quick win bonus. All right, first of all, what relationships do you already have that you could leverage? Okay. Fill out the partner finder, all the keywords. For the virtual assistant, think of who do you have in your network already that's either referred you business or that you've worked with in the past that complements your product. You probably know someone. You probably have a relationship with someone at least who has your clients in their list somewhere, or as part of a community, Facebook group, a course. You'll find out all that stuff in the partner finder. Like you'll see there's a lot of secondary keywords. Anyways, course, teachers, coaches, consultants, software tools, services, all that stuff. Think of someone who you know already, and then reach out and say this: hey Joe, I just bought, or I just read, or I just saw your blank, and I really love what you're doing, or I really love your point about XYZ. Make that really personal. I put together something special for you, or I'm the founder of, I wrote this out. Again, this is not the final one. I think I would, in the final one, I said, I'm the founder of a tool called blank. We help, not sure if you know this or not, but we help companies do this. In fact, it'll help your customers or users or audience have more success with your software because ... I'd like to give it to you for free and include white glove onboarding and support so you can see how great the tool is. If you love it, you can give away a free basic lifetime account to your audience. Now, I made this up, but it can be, if you love it, I'd like to give your audience 90 days as a gift, free as a gift from you. It'll make you look like a hero and have them have more success with your product, whatever that product is. Can we set you up with an account this week? You can tweak this however you want, but the key is to get them on that first date, and then once they say yes, then it's time for the second date. Say, yeah, this is awesome. Well, do you think your audience would benefit from this? Yeah. Well, how about we give away 90 days? I'll create everything for you. I'll create the Facebook post. I'll create whatever, the email. I'll write it. I'll create the landing page. Everything will be set up. You don't have to do a thing. That's another thing. Partners are lazy. Very, very lazy. So you want to do all the work for them and just say, all you need to do is put this in your email marketing tool, press send, boom. And I would not be surprised if you found at least someone in the next week who would say, yeah, absolutely, I'll give this away for free to my audience. I'd love to give them 90 days for free. Give them something special that's not included anywhere else. Make them feel special. All right. If you go to go.aaronkrall.io/DCC, you'll see a cool landing page with just put your name and email and you can grab all of this stuff. Copy the presentation. You can grab all the partnership finder. I even threw in a bonus called the Dream 100 Partner Dream 100 Partner Tracker, so you can track the partners you reach out to, what you did and who they are. Cool. Great. Any other questions? Was this helpful for you guys? Are you excited? Oh, sweet. Thanks, Rashawn, Toluca, Craig, Mary, Talia. Thank you so much for your engagement today, everyone. I loved it. Rashawn, absolutely my pleasure. Organized life. Yep. You're very welcome. Cool. Thanks, everyone. Great. Awesome, Natalia. That is super, super sweet. 5 partners in mind already. Love it. Looking for a dream catcher? Like an actual dream catcher? That's not a bad idea. I should have used that for my thumbnail. Thanks, guys. Well, thanks for coming. I guess I'm not sure what we're gonna do now. Q&A, or I could just hang out if you guys have any questions.
Yeah, I think Q&A would be great. I think if anyone has questions, feel free just to pop them onto the chat. Will be the best way.
Sweet.
Perfect. So maybe just put on the chat just question, and then you're able to kind of get started with that.
And if you aren't a member of my Facebook group, just type in SaaS Growth Hacks into Facebook and you'll find it. Pretty easy to find.
I can vouch for that as well.
Yeah.
I'm a member of the group, and that group has been extremely beneficial for me as a founder of a tech startup that's also a SaaS company. So I definitely recommend to join that Facebook group. So again, any questions, feel free to pop them on the chat, or you also can reach out to Aaron on Attendify directly in the speaker profile to ask him any questions that you might have as you're growing your company, as well as Aaron has a Sas Accelerator program. I've gone through that for my company, UPace. It's been very beneficial of kind of figuring that out step by step. Aaron, I actually have a question for you, if I could just pop right in and ask it.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Perfect. So what are some of your recommendations, as a lot of SaaS companies are dealing with COVID and maybe pivoted their product to be able to still be able to sell or find value for, their clients who are reopening their facilities or also going through a situation? how do you approach the sales cycle with it? Like where people might be struggling like financially, people might feel uncomfortable to market or send out mass sales email. How do you approach it, especially during these COVID times of like your communication for growth?
Yeah. So so first it depends on who you're targeting. Some industries have had much bigger impact than others. I know for you, for rec centers, it was like there was a period of time where everyone was scrambling and didn't know what to do. What I would do, it really depends on, okay, so what is your customer, who your customer is, how many customers you have, can you reach out to them one by one? Do you have someone that can reach out to them one by one and just check in? What I would do is I would say, hey, with all this COVID stuff is crazy, just wanted to check in, and I would even offer like another like 30 or 60 days for free to get them back up off the ground. Say you're customers, we loved having you. We know things are tough right now, but we know that we can help you speed up your launch again, or we know you can have more success with our product. Can we give you 30 or 60 days for free to get back in? Because at some point they're gonna come back either to you or to a competitor, and when they're at their when they've kind of rebuilt their foundation, or where they're getting more customers, or things start speeding up for them, you want to be there when they're at that level again. So giving them like the 30 or 60 days to help them relaunch, they're going to tie their success back to you with the relaunch, right? Otherwise, they're going to do it by themselves, and then they're going to think, oh, no one was there for me when I was relaunching. Maybe I'll go find a new shiny object, something new, exciting that can help me. They'll forget about you. I mean, I can't tell how many times I've forgotten about companies that I've used in the past, just because I've used so many different ones. So that's what I would do. I would reach out. If you have a more like mass list of people who left because of COVID, if you have thousands, it's impossible to reach out to each one individually. I would probably goodwill goes a long way. So you can either there's lots of things. I've seen lots of different examples. You could put on a workshop on how to relaunch during COVID, their specific industry. You can say, go back to all your old customers and say, hey, we'd love to have you back. Here's an extended trial or a discount to have you back. And here's how our tool can help you relaunch or help you during these hard times. Especially if you tie it back to COVID, you tie it back to the difficult times that we're in right now and how you can help them specifically. The more you can tie your product to the benefit that they can see from working with you, the better. If you just say, hey, we'd like to give you a discount to come back to our tool, somebody might say, well, I don't remember who you are. I don't really know why I would do that. But if you said, rec centers are launching again, people are coming back, and they don't want to, because physical touch is like something nobody wants to do, we can make it really easy for your customers to come back and just go through and log in without talking or touching anything, which will make your customers feel more safe and secure, and plus it'll keep your employees safe. So that is like, and we want to give you 90 days or 60 days just to get back in, so we can help you relaunch your program, your facility or whatever. So that's how I would handle that.
Thank you. Anyone have any other questions to kind of put it on the chat? I know Natalia just left the message. So one quick thing, thank you so much, Aaron, for being here today and talking through growth tech hacking. We really appreciate your time and being welcoming to the DC Startup Week community. So we appreciate you so much. So thank you so much for being here today and sharing the insights. For all the attendees, sure. Thank you also for being with us and getting insights and knowledge from Aaron. Feel free to reach out to Aaron directly through the URL that's on the screen, through his SaaS Growth Hacking on Facebook, or also directly through Attendify, through reaching out to his speaker profile and sending him a private message. Feel free to drop in the activity stream, any things that you might have learned or want to share with the rest of the community who might not have been able to join us today. One quick tidbit as well, make sure to look at the rest of the schedule. We have a couple talks going on right now on marketing and branding, followed by a big afternoon around like fundraising models, Series A, pivoting, and then we're closing today at 6 p.m. with a failure night, talking about failure stories and how you overcome them. So make sure to not miss out. 6 p.m. tonight, some in-person virtual networking, talking through failures, which should be a fun experience. So thank you all for being here today. Thank you, Erin. We appreciate you so much. And I hope everyone has a wonderful afternoon.